Hola, welcome to the international community. I'm Carvelli, Master of Finance. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Our topic today is the 20 rules of money. Money is a big, big game. Nothing but a game that you need to know how to play well to be a player in it. And you have to understand it's like Monopoly, a board game. You have to know what moves to make and when to make them. So keep in mind, when you understand all this and you understand that money is nothing but a game and you get educated and you figure out how it works, you're gonna know how to be in this game to the fullest level to be a millionaire. Number two, you have to have strategies for your money. For example, investing, having emergency savings account, or tax planning. These are all strategies. There's multiple strategies, so you have to educate yourself on multiple strategies to make your money grow. Number three, you have to position yourself in your money game in a good way. But to position yourself, you have to have money to begin with. So if you keep acquiring debt, you can't position yourself well. So you have to keep your debt to a minimum level in order to be in a good position in the money game. Number four, money can't be boring. For example, you can't just leave your money when you get paid, your normal paycheck in your bank account, pay your bills, and do nothing with it. It's going to be bored money. You need to diversify your money and make it make you money, double your money. This is a strategy that you need to do. You must have a crisis account. This is an emergency savings bank account. It's imperative. This is where you have cash flow in the event of a disaster. So you don't add to more debt or you just have the cash to pay for this disaster. Now keep in mind, you should save 10% off your paychecks to work towards this. And also 6 months of expenses should be saved in this bank account. But start with 1 month of expenses at a time. Number six, don't be a high roller and something you're not and start spending money on lavish cars, big houses, or just huge TVs, for example, and paying for a bunch of stuff that you can't afford and you could put into other stuff that makes you money. Double your money. Don't double your money in companies to make them double the money. Double your own money. Number seven, if you live in a country that's unstable, everything's out of control, and the economy is so bad, you gotta look at relocating. So you gotta focus on immigration and the tactics to get out of there. So keep this in mind. To play the money game, you wanna be in the best countries that you can make the most money and have the best chances in the game. Number nine, follow politics in your country. You got to know what's happening in your political community. You got to understand everything that's going on, where this economy is going to go, who's running the show, what they believe in. If you don't follow it, you don't know. Maybe the president you have is more for small business. Maybe he's more for the working class. You got to really watch this and see where you need to go with politics and your money. Number 11, your experience. You got to have experience with money. But keep in mind, you want your experience to come from education because you don't want to risk learning with your money and getting experience the hard way. So you want to financially educate yourself to understand money, take webinars, take seminars, read ebooks, do everything you can to understand money fully. It's a game. Remember that. Timing and money go hand in hand. There's deals out there. For example, you find a house and you're like, should I buy it? You're approved, ready to go, and you're guessing, hemming and hawing. You gotta remember that it could be the right time. This house is 100 grand under the market value. It's a fixer-upper, but there's not a lot around in your community and you got lucky. You gotta jump. Now keep in mind, that's a good timing issue. There could be negative timing issues, such as investing when it's not a good time, and you really feel like you shouldn't, but you're getting greedy. This would be a negative timing issue, and maybe don't do it. So keep in mind, money is a game, and timing is a huge part of the game. Number 13, you gotta invest. But keep in mind, if you're gonna invest yourself, you gotta be very proactive to study and learn the game. You'll get eaten alive in this game. People are studying for years and they really know what they're doing. So don't be an expert where you're not. Now, if you don't want to do it yourself, you can look at a professional broker. There's a lot of good people out there, but you have to research and shop around a lot because there's a lot of scammers out there too. So find a good person to invest for you and you'll make a lot of money. You must invest to double up your money. Number 14, use your own equity to make money. This means you may have a house and it's worth $300,000 and you only owe $100,000. You have $200,000 in your house. This is a great area to borrow your own money and get a vehicle instead of going to the bank or the dealer, and you're going to get a better rate because you got equity. You're using your own equity like a bank. You've become the bank. Equity is huge. Or you can also look at open up a small business if you're a business person with your equity. Equity, even on the personal side, can help you on the business side. It's a huge asset to have equity. Number 16, you got to understand your risk tolerance. This is in investing, possibly in the real estate market, the bond market, or even the stock market. You got to understand that you got to know your risk tolerance. In order to know your risk tolerance, you got to do some self-evaluating, and you also got to have a budget. You got to know what's incoming and outgoing. You got to have all your expenses, your debts. You got to understand everything to know your risk tolerance. And you may have to see a financial advisor or professional to help you with this. Number 17, you must put your paycheck into your bank account, specifically your checking account. Stay very far from payday loans or cash money stores. These are horrible places to deal with and charge enormous amounts of interest. Number 18, your paycheck or your income, if you're self-employed or a business owner, you still have to have a plan for this money. You have to know what's coming in and going out, all your expenses, all your debt. You have to have a master plan for this. It's part of the money game. You have to take care of things in sequence. For example, you have to pay your bills first and your expenses. Then you can look at your debt, and then you can look at saving money and investing. Number 20, you must network. Network for net worth. It's imperative. You have to hang out with successful people or even people who are more successful than you that teach you things and help you develop your core and make you more successful on a daily basis. You can't hang out with people who aren't helping develop you in every area of your life. If I have maxed out my debt, should I double up my money and play the investment game? No, you should pay off your debt and then get into the investment game. How often do I need to study to be in the money game? You should be studying every day. You should be reading something every day to be in the money game. The money game is your whole life, every aspect, so study every day. How do I become a millionaire in the money game? You gotta take baby steps, and you gotta understand the millionaires started from step 1, 2. So become a thousandaire first. Remember to invest yourself into financial literacy. Check out my ebook at masterfinance.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram and like us on Facebook. Tell all your friends and family worldwide. I'm Carvelli, Master of Finance. Thanks so much for tuning in today. God bless. Much love.